We're going to see how NextBank, a regional bank with billions in assets and ambitious growth plans, is fighting the battle against money laundering and avoiding millions in losses and regulatory fines while they're doing so. This is no easy task, as financial crimes are growing worldwide and banks are spending tens of billions of dollars annually to strengthen their anti-money laundering or AML procedures. Let's jump right in and see how automation anywhere with generative AI enables NextBank to fuel their growth, maintain compliance, and keep costs under control. Alan is a business analyst at NextBank, and he has used process discovery to find deep insights about the AML process. AML is complex, but with discovery, he has identified that the transaction monitoring sub-process is one of the most time-consuming parts. He can see all the details of how investigators are doing this work right within the flow graph. Here he sees the most commonly followed paths across hundreds of instances of transaction monitoring. One path in particular is highlighted as a great opportunity for automation. It's because it's a manual process that has been repeated a huge number of times. Alan wants to turn this into a real automation, so he simply selects this path and creates a new opportunity with all the required detail right here within Discovery. He just needs to add a few of his own notes about the process, and then he can hand off this rich set of process information to Min. She's our automation lead. So here's Min. She sees this new opportunity in COE Manager. This is her headquarters to track the company's entire automation program and pipeline. Everything from idea to ROI is right here. Because the opportunity was submitted with process discovery, it has all the information she needs, including a detailed process definition document that contains all the steps for her review. There are also details about the projected ROI based on the time savings, as well as the increased compliance this automation will bring. Armed with this data, she determines that this is a high-priority project and assigns the opportunity to Marcus, the developer. Now let's take a look behind the scenes at how easy it is for Marcus to complete this automation. Inside of the control room, Marcus, our automation developer, gets a notification that a new automation has been assigned to him. And because the automation is from process discovery, he has a shortcut to build it. And that's Autopilot. Harnessing the power of generative AI, it will use process data to build the automation for him. Autopilot uses our custom generative AI model trained on a huge volume of automation metadata to convert detailed process data into robust, almost complete automation code. And there it is. Marcus now has an automation pre-built for him. No more starting with a blank canvas. Let's look at this automation for a minute. It gets the transactions that need to be reviewed, investigates these records, puts the account on hold, and then notifies the client relations team if needed. This is a huge productivity boost for Marcus, and now he can focus on improving the robustness as well as adding functionality rather than translating well-documented processes into automation. So Marcus wants to modify the Investigate Transactions automation, so he clicks right into it. This automation investigates the transactions for various risk factors and does a Know Your Customer refresh using LexisNexis. It's been built out in detail based on the information collected in process discovery. Now, Marcus wants to add one more part to the automation, which is the creation of a suspicious activity report. Currently, these have to be filled out manually by investigators. But rather than building all the steps piece by piece, he simply opens the generative AI-powered automation copilot and describes in natural language what he wants to automate. He lets AI do the work of turning his request into automation code. In this case, he instructs Copilot to generate a suspicious activity report in Microsoft Word format, as well as email it to this address. And just like that, Copilot has instantly generated all the necessary steps required to create and email that report. Incidentally, we're always collecting feedback from users so that Copilot can continually learn how to build better and more complete automations for your company. Marcus then uses Automation Copilot once more to get AI-powered recommendations on potential next actions based on what he's already built. Automation Copilot suggests to save the details of this investigation into a database for tracking purposes. Again, our native generative AI model is helping Marcus build these automations very fast. He's ready to check it in, but there's one final step to ensure this automation meets the standards set by NextBank. Code analysis is checked for compliance, and it has flagged an issue. Remember when Marcus emailed the report to that email address? Hard-coded email address isn't allowed. Fortunately, it's an easy fix. He fixes the violation by creating a variable and plugging it into the email action. He can check his automation again, and this time everything checks out. His automation is ready to run. Let's fast forward a few months with our new automation running, and Min, our automation leader, can see how the automation is doing, right in COE Manager. And it turns out the results are fantastic. The automation has improved compliance while driving productivity and cost savings. This is a critical step on NextBank's path to meet their aggressive growth and profitability targets. We've just seen how Process Discovery and COE Manager can uncover hidden insights about the most important processes in your business, as well as help you manage your automation programs. All of this is available today, and hundreds of Automation Anywhere customers are already using programs like this to drive their automation programs. Learn more at automationanywhere.com.